Yo, what is going on, guys? Just wanted to come on here to give my trade recap for today. Unfortunately, today was a loss, and I would gladly take it. Honestly, we followed the plan, but Price couldn't actually kind of execute on what we were kind of looking for in terms of how do I put this? Like, yeah, I mean, like Price just gave us opportunity, but yeah, just wasn't able to deliver, which is completely fine. Like it's one of those trades where we followed the plan, and it's not gonna work out every single time, but we know the plan works, and we have the idea set in mind, and it's one of those things where we can kind of look to take a trade and be confident with our setup, um, things like that. We come into the market with a positive attitude every single day. Um, hoping that we come with a win. Yeah, but there will be days where we do lose, and that's completely fine as well. That's why we journal, right? To hold yourself accountability, as well as you guys holding me accountable as well. But yeah, I could full confidently say that today was a day where we executed the plan, and we just couldn't get that follow through. So I mean, that's completely all right too. So yeah, let's jump on the higher time frame, right? So the 4 hour time frame. We had that 4 hour fair value gap um that we tapped into again. Um, so as you guys can see, that 4 hour fair value gap from yesterday is actually still price is still kind of consolidating around here. We took our previous highs and we weren't able to continue on, and we dump, right? So we get a liquidity sweep within that POI, which makes this POI valid. So yeah, I mean the only thing on the 4 hour time frame was the fact that we were still within that 4 hour gap there. The 1 hour time frame, we had a couple highs and we had a couple lows. In terms of highs, we had these hourly highs up here, and in terms of low, we did have these hourly lows as well as these 15-minute lows, which I did draw out on the 15-minute time frame as a draw. So on the 15-minute time frame, um, so I'll just mark out a market open for you guys. 21. Okay, so market opened. Um, we don't really have anything on the 15-minute time frame in terms of POIs, but again, we did have these lows. This was the low resistance low. This was the hourly low, as well as this being the 15-minute 15-minute low down here. So, um, yeah. So, with market opened, as you guys can see that we actually took out these lows, right? And we looked to push higher, but I'm just like, okay, cool. We had a liquidity sweep, and we actually came to take out these low resistance highs over here. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like we either can continue from it to then take out these low resistance highs, which is up here, or we react from it, right? And we get that continuation down lower. Um, Down lower to these lows here. So when we did push down lower, we actually took it with us taking these lows after taking these highs with confirmation. We did have these hourly lows actually get taken in one move. Price wasn't actually able to retrace to this 5 minute gap. So which led me to believe that we could still play off this gap because this gap is unmitigated. So which means that even though we did take out this low, price can actually rebalance here since it's unmitigated and actually continue down lower, right? But if price did use this, if price did use this, wait, sorry, I drew that out wrong. If price did actually, if price did use this, where we actually use this 5 minute to actually take out these lows, For me to actually go short, I would have to wait for a new condition to be formed because this POI has now taken its target, which in this case was that hourly low. It was used to take out those hourly lows. But what ended up happening was that after taking out these low resistance highs up here, we take out these lows down here, and we also take out these hourly lows in one move, right? So this whole leg was one whole move to take out these hourly lows. So I'm just like, okay, that's also cool, right? Like price doesn't have to retrace, but let's see what happens, right? If we get up into this area, right? And we're still within that 2 hour time frame of our trading window. So, not why not like, wait for a setup if one actually presents itself, right? So, for me to actually go long from these hourly lows, ideally I would want to see a straight bullish move up here. We get a retracement, and then we actually take out those previous highs, which is up here. But with taking out these hourly lows, I wanted to see what price will do in this 5 minute bearish fair value gap here. So with this 5 minute bearish fair value gap, for our entry model to be kind of for our entry model to be there, right? We need to look for the highest time frame fair value gap that was created on the move up to this 5 minute fair value gap, right? So we look on the 1 minute, we see that we've actually created some gaps here. On the 3 minute time frame, we actually had a gap here, and on the 5 minute time frame, we actually made a gap here. So basically, what I was looking for was our highest time frame, which in our case was the 5 minute time frame, to actually inverse, because therefore price wouldn't have any defenses to, in terms of bullish POIs, we wouldn't have any to take a trade off or to actually reverse. So that's what made sense to me, right? Our highest time frame, bullish PDRA, after tapping into our condition, our bearish condition, was our 5 minute gap here, 5 minute bullish gap. And once price inversed it, we actually inversed it quite low. So I pretty much just waited for a pullback, just a candle pullback into, just some form of pullback to the point where we can get a better entry, and we pretty much entered here on this candle here. Stops were above these highs because we still want to give our trade room to breathe, right? We want to give it room to breathe. And with that, we were pretty much just targeting these lows, but I was also thinking about keeping some runners all the way down to these 15-minute lows down here, because I was just like, okay, cool, like we could still be in that 1 hour displacement, displacing from these 1 hour gaps. As you can see, we have this big 1 hour gap here. Oh, I forgot to mention that, but yeah, we are still within this 1 hour gap here, and we could still be on that leg of displacement all the way down to these lows. So it was just a matter of what price kind of gave us, right, and our confirmation, right? That's why we wait on confirmations. So with that, we pretty much waited for our confirmation, which in our case was this 5-minute bullish fair value gap being inversed, which is this little box here, and we inverse it on this candle. We wait for a little pullback and we enter, right? Stops were above here, just because our still would have been good if we were to take profits here. So it would have been a 1.6. So I didn't mind having my stops at these highs here, because if we have it at the body, it's not really much room to breathe. So yeah, this trade idea gets invalidated once we take out these highs, because ideally we displace away from this 5-minute gap. We shouldn't really tap back into it. What's really, really interesting, this is the first time this has ever happened to me, was the fact that we actually were like, I didn't even know what this is. This is like one tick. I don't even know. Like, yeah, literally like one tick away from stop loss, and we reverse. We get and at this point, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like the trade should ideally play out, just because now we've confirmed it with invalidating this bullish move, this bullish candle here, and we invalidate it straight away. So ideally, we should at least take out these lows, and once that's why I drew this out. Was that once price actually tapped these lows, I wouldn't mind actually going break even, just depending on how the 1 minute reacts from these lows. If we get a displacement away from these lows, we would hold a trade out. But again, price wasn't able to actually tap these lows, and we get another form of reversal from out of nowhere. And yeah, this time bouncing around these highs once again, and we get that final push back up again, taking us out. Ideally, I was gonna wait for this 5 minute. As you guys can see here, we did create a 5 minute small gap. But as you guys can see with the closure, I honestly didn't mind just holding the trade out, because again, if we get a small closure above here, it would have been better for me to get out. But with price actually closing so far above, I'd rather just see what happens, right, and just take the full loss, just because it's hard to manage risk up here, because price could, with these being protected highs at the time, price could easily reverse back down again, and we get that final flush move back down. So yeah, it was just a matter of like kind of just playing on what the market was giving me, right? We had a move down, we had a move up, almost taking us out. So I'm just like, and price actually makes its way back down to our entry. So I'm just like, okay, like cool, like that's all good. Let's just see what happens at these lows, right? If we take these lows and we reverse, just means that price isn't ready to come down lower yet after taking out these hourly highs. But again, we weren't able to go break even. We weren't able to manage, just because price didn't actually come and take out these lows, which could fuel the move back up again to take out our stop loss. But yeah, what ended up happening was that our stop loss got taken anyways, reacting from not sure what. But yeah, I would say a solid trade. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a solid trade. Like, it's one of those times where we get that confirmation that price is actually rebalancing after taking out these hourly highs, and not actually creating um a move where it's a reversal. It's a move where it's a continuation, and that's what we got with the 5 minute closure below that fair value gap. So again, like, I'm happy with that. Like, I'm happy to take the trade, and I'll take it all day, every day, because when it comes to taking out high time frame highs and lows, it's either a continuation or a reversal, right? It's one of the two. And we have our confirmation. We were just unlucky on the day, which is completely fine. We take those, and I'm quite happy that I didn't get into another trade, because I am kind of sticking to the one trade a day kind of theme going on, just because it works out better for me. And yeah, and it long works better long term. So yeah. um Yeah, again, a solid trade. We had our confirmation after tapping our condition. We take out hourly highs. We have unmitigated 5 minute fair value gap here. We get that reaction of invalidating bullish structure, which in this case was our 5 minute bullish fair value gap, which is here. We waited for a pullback. We enter, stops above here, targeting that 1.6, and potentially lower, if we get that solid reaction. But again, one of those things where price didn't work out today. It was completely, it's okay. And I'll remind myself this every time I do lose, that it is okay. Every trade is different tomorrow. I could take the same setup tomorrow and it play out. So again, it's just that that's why we have our rules, right? We have our strategy, and we stick to the strategy, right? Because we know it works. Um, yeah. That kind of wraps it up for today's trade. Last day of the week tomorrow, so we will see if we do trade tomorrow or not. We shall see. We shall see. But um, yeah, we are watching. Oh, me and my girl are watching movies tomorrow, so we will see how the day goes. And I do need to study as well, so yeah, we will see how that goes. We will see. We will see. But yeah, um, just wanted to motivate you guys to keep going, being consistent, right? Like that's if you tell yourself every single day what profitable traders do, right? They take one trade a day, they follow their trading plan. You know, they wait for their conditions to be hit. They wait for the confirmation, right? They follow their strategy every single day. You're bound to be profitable, right? And that's something I'm gonna be telling myself every single day. I went with a walk with my girl today, and I was just telling her about it. You know, if I continue to do these things, I'm bound to be profitable, right? So I just got to get in the mindset of a profitable trader. Even when it comes to the losing, right? You always see people posting their wins, but never their losses, right? So it's just a matter of, um, yeah, it's just a matter of being consistent every single day. Even if you lack the motivation, the consistency is the motivation and in the long term, right? So yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys. God is always good. Always remember that. And he listens when you are calling. So yeah, God knows my dreams, my ambitions, and I trust in him. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing night all day wherever you guys are from. Again, God bless. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.